Welcome to the Pitmaster Podcast. We're barbecue competition competitors that aim to share information, advice, tips, and tall tales about our favorite pastime. Head over to thepitmasterpodcast.com for all things Pitmasters, or follow us on your favorite social media platform. And now, here are the hosts of the Pitmaster Podcast, the two-time grand champion, SCA World Champion finalist, and barbecue specialist of Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, the Anthony Lujan, and the 24-time grand and reserve grand champion, reserve world grand champion, Windover High Roller champion, and the founder of Pitmaster Barbecue Supply Company stores in Utah, the old man himself from Big Johnson's Barbecue, Jesse Johnson.
This is Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central Show, and you are listening to the Pitmasters Podcast, and they are doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. I just said that. They're going to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yes, live. They're going to do it live.
Yo, what up, Pitmasters? So tonight we had something go down. We had Kyle Matuszewski from You're Behind Barbecue scheduled for tonight, but something popped up in the restaurant world. So what did I do? I pivoted really quick. I decided to get a hold of somebody who knows what that restaurant lifestyle is. They've lived it. They breathed it for the last 10, 15 years. So I decided to get Phil the Grill Johnson on the Jay-Zia Barbecue. I will be talking to him here in just a few minutes, but I didn't want the show to go, just stagnant for a week. I just want to keep this going, make sure everybody stays tuned. But there's not much. Just go to pitmasterspodcast.com, check out all the recent events that we got coming up. If you're in the Western United States, we got that St. George SCA event ready to pop off here February 22nd. So make sure you go get signed up for that. Also, there's other great events on the website. But this is just a real quick pivot. This is not going to be Phil's, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes of fame. We are definitely going to have him back on for a full episode, but he was willing to step in and, give us what it's like to have to pivot on point. But let's just go talk to Phil and just see what he's been up to as well. So let's go talk to this guy.
We call it Thermapen 1, the first true 1-second cooking thermometer. Its unprecedented speed means Thermapen 1's responsiveness approaches the speed of thought. Because when you're plating the perfect menu or smoking the perfect side of barbecue, you don't have time to think about how your instant read thermometer is accurate to 0.5 degrees in 1 second or less, or how rugged and waterproof it is, or how big, elegant, and bright the backlit display is. You'll just know it works, because our perfection powers your perfection. Seek perfection with Thermapen 1.
Yo, we got Phil the Grill Johnson on the Jay-Zia Barbecue. What's up, man?
What's goody? Y'all?
What's going on, man? Hey, thank you for jumping on here and willing to, pivot with us. Your boy Kyle, he had to, I guess, get to the restaurant. What's up with that, man? How people can flip on the fly like that?
Yo, see, Kyle and them, they was all joking with me, acting like I was irresponsible because I couldn't always, keep time, and my time wasn't owned to me anymore. So I'm glad to hear he's starting to experience the seriousness of that whole restaurant thing, so no problem. But shout out to Kyle Manicotti. I told you, boy, that restaurant life ain't no joke, man, but he's holding it down and he's doing good. So the one thing he's got good going for him is partners. I was doing it all by myself, so he has to deal with the operations day-to-day stuff, which is the hardest part. But, once you have to link that in with the administration stuff too, that he, kind of put off to his boy, Justin Cofini. And that's the other thing, man. Let me call this out. Your boy going to make some noise real quick, right?
Okay, here we go.
All right. So, I always start some crap, but, Kyle is not in this restaurant game by himself, but I just see all Kyle Manicotti. What about Justin Cofini? He is a 50% partner in this restaurant, and just because he works behind the computer doesn't mean he shouldn't get no love. I mean, I see him, with Kyle, and they was, what was it? YBS or whatever that little group was when they was in, on the Mike Simon show at the Royal. I was like, man, you would think that Justin Kofini didn't have any talking points because Kyle took Kyle, come on, man. Give your boy a little bit of shine, man. Because I know the rubs, I know the restaurants, they belong to both of y'all. I love my brothers, but yo, come on, man. Give your boy Justin Kofini a little bit of love, man.
Right. Yeah, shout out to Kofini, man. He is one hell of a dude. But like I said, most businesses do have that dude that flies under the radar, right? The one that does the work behind and nobody even really gets recognition for. So
he's a silent partner and don't even know it.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, Phil, man, it's been a minute since we had you on the show. And like I said, this is just going to be a quick little interview to fill some time, but we're definitely going to have you back on the show for sure for your full hour. But man,
yeah.
You're the world champion of making a sandwich, bro. What's up with that, man? Congratulations.
Yo, man, what I say when I won? All I know is sandwiches, B. You know what I mean? So, I'm from New York. That was the quickest thing to put together was a sandwich. Or if you went down to your local bodega, man, they made the best sandwiches and they were simple. I hate going to Subways, bro, because there is like just like barbecue, and everybody's going to disagree with me, right? But just like barbecue, sandwich is actually a culinary category, man, because you could make many different sandwiches many different ways, but it's all about stacking it and how you layer it. Going back to Subways, man, you go to Subways, they grab the bread, they say, what do you want on it? Even if they got a specialty sandwich, right? You could be like, oh, I want the one in the picture. And they still ask you what you want on it. Well, I thought that was specialty sandwich, so make it the way that the picture has it, right? But then they start off with the cheese. Then they put the meat. Then they put your toppings. And then what do they put on last? The mayonnaise and the dressings and stuff. I'm like, bro, that was supposed to go on first. That was supposed to go on the bread side of the sandwich, So it is a culinary category in my book, sandwich. And I love making them. I grew up with them, and being from New York, anything you can put in your hand, fold up, and walk down the street and eat at the same time to your destination is always a plus,
Right, and then every culture, all the way, worldwide, they have some kind of a sandwich. If it's Mexico, you got the torta, right? It's just wherever you go, they have a sandwich, some kind of protein with that bread, and it's a culinary experience on where you are to be able to get that sandwich.
Definitely. So your boy grabbed 2 first places, right? So I'm gonna share something with you. I think I'm safe to say it now, right? So
it's live. It's on Foods,
you. I don't. So I went to World Foods, man, and it was the first round category, right? So that's to get you to the finals. And I had 2 sandwiches in my head that I was going to put together, and so I'm in my groove, put them together. And then, I'm going back to like when we were in Dallas, all of the awards were in the evening time, like, 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
They ran through them. Well, they did something different this year. They called out awards after they got the results. Well, it was Sunday when I had that first one in, and I'm back at the Airbnb watching football, thinking that I ain't got to be back to because I was there at 6 in the morning. My first round was at 8:30. So I was back watching football, drinking a beer, chilling, waiting to, later on to go back. And then all of a sudden my phone started blowing up. And I'm like, yo, what happened? And then Erica Blair calls me. It's like, boy, where you at? I was like, why? What happened? You won first place. And with a perfect score. I was like, oh, I'm one of my team members got sick. I was like, I'm on my way back down there. I just had to drop them off. I'm coming back. Because I didn't know if I was there to walk the stage, they was going to push it to second place or something like that. So I hauled butt down there, man, and they took care of me. And then And I did it the next day, bro, and got first place again, because for a
Right.
minute I was like, maybe I threw in the wrong sandwich for the first round. I was like, I got first place. Now I gotta try to do it again to win this thing. So
Oh man.
it was a good experience. And now I'm getting ready for Bentonville, man. So that's going to
Yeah.
be March 28th. So yeah, I'm getting ready for that. That's something, way different, right? Because you
Yeah.
had all different 12 categories, chefs and everybody out there. I'm
Yeah.
homeschooled. I'm
Right.
homeschooled,
Well,
baby.
well,
Self-taught, so I'm
get
out
me
there
right.
with
It's in free for all, right? You guys you guys all took first places in your categories. Now it's you 12 going head to head in whatever you want, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what it is? It's just
Yep.
the Philly crack wings
Yeah,
are going to be popping
so
somewhere in this competition.
yeah, well, I wish it was like that, but nah. They have 3 different contests, but we all got to be under their rules and regulations. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So, they got 3 different contests, but like I won't be just cooking what I want, and nobody else either. We all got to cook the same thing. So if it's
Okay.
something sweet or if it's so yeah, it's everything. The ones I feel sorry for is like the bakers, right? So
Right.
if you're an awesome baker, now you got to go ahead and cook with some chefs. But who said you
Yeah.
can really cook?
Right. Right. Where do you think you're going to land in that?
You know?
Because you ran your restaurant, you've done barbecue, you've done your
Uh-oh.
food truck. It was kind of barbecue related, but it gave you a little bit of, you did the sandwiches and everything on the food truck. But where do you think you land in that field? You're not a trained culinary specialist, but you're also you've had the back end
Yeah.
experience of running the kitchen.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you fall in on that?
Yeah. So I feel very confident with my skill level and my style of cook. So long as I'm not going up against no Mike Simon and Bobby Flay type joint. I
Right.
feel like I have a good a good fighting chance because I honestly, and here go another blow. I'm honestly I'm gonna handpick what I do for KCBS, and I just feel like SCA right now is like all over, you know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
I just feel like it's saturated. Let me say that. I feel like SCA is saturated. I love the fact that like World Foods, I could throw my best dish out there no matter what it is, and the judges is going to judge me on that dish. Not that
Right.
it's their favorite dish. Like, it could be spaghetti. Somebody could hate spaghetti, right? But they're going to judge me on how the spaghetti was cooked and prepared and presented. Where I feel like KCBS and SCA, there's guidelines, but there's so much open space there when it comes down to the judges. And I'm not going to say nothing about Utah, but but I feel like there's a lot of opinionated judging that takes place in those sanctions, and that's not what judging is all about. It's about
Right.
actually judging the dish and how it was executed, not to your taste or your opinion, but how it was prepared. So
Right.
that's why I like World Foods, and I love that chef stuff. So no shots at anybody, but this is just
Right.
what Phil the Grill is going to be doing from here on out.
Right. Well, I'm going to take shots right now since you're not going to here. Did you hear about what happened down in Laredo, Texas this weekend on the 31st?
No, what happened?
I know you can't see it on the screen, but I'm showing it right now. I'm showing it on the screen. Dude, first place in an SCA state competition. I'm going to read the scores. Appearance 50, doneness 48, texture 48, taste 50, overall impression of 48. That I feel like
Wow.
is disrespectful. There was one judge. There's judges that scored appearance all the way down to 40, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. See, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, again, you can't tell me that steak was not judged off of opinions, right? Of how they felt or how their mama makes their steaks or how they like their steaks cooked. You got to judge it off of, full, uh, off of what that dish is, or even like with steak, right? Was it cooked medium? How was the appearance? And off of the back end where they cut, right? And then also the taste. Did everything blend together, or did something stand out? So, and then the other thing with SCA, and I don't want no problems with SCA, folks, is that execution, right? What's the last one? Like, what's the last thing?
Overall impression.
It's execution.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's overall impression.
That sounds like an opinion to me, right?
It really does.
Overall impression. What did you
true.
really think about this steak?
Right. That's wild. Yeah. So, but I also got to give you a shout out too. I cooked with you 2 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, down in I guess not with you, against you in Bullhead City. Yeah. You got some great walks. You won a category. What category did you win? You won.
I did second place in chicken, and I did what was it? 7th place in pork. And you know what? Here was the deal.
Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah. So I had some great calls, and I think my ribs came in like 15th or something like that. I'm not sure, but my my brisket came in like close to dead ass last, right? Because I had everything sliced. I had it sitting in this zaju. I even had some money burnt ends that I was going to put in there. Everything was perfect. Right when me and my daughter was putting the box together, a strong gust of wind came and took my tent flying in the park. And I'm holding the other tent down, and the other one is just going crazy. People are chasing the tent, and I'm building my box, and I'm like, crap. I guess it's my responsibility to go get this tent, right?
It's all mangled up, right?
Yeah. So I went, grabbed the tent, and then tore the other one down. By the time I got back to my box, I had like 3 minutes to put all of these pieces in, and it was just sitting. And I just threw it in, and it was horse shit in the box.
Oh man, you got leaves and shit, grass hanging in your
I just wanted to turn in something to help like my overall score, but that was the problem with the brisket.
Oh man, I would have done well in brisket if I wouldn't have turned in my slices, man. I got 2 comment cards, and both comment cards were stating that I should have left the flats out because the burnt ends were on point.
Wow.
So I shot myself in the foot a little bit. I should have known better.
Check this out. So, I did hear somebody getting a call on just burn ends, and that's what you're supposed to do. They're just supposed to judge what's in the box, not be opinionated. So that's a good thing to hear. But I want to say, way back in the days, I don't know how true this is, so I went and tasted somebody's brisket, and I swear they gave the point slices.
Oh yeah. I heard if you struggle and your flat isn't there, I heard people defaulting to the point, which is a great competitive move.
The slices. Yeah. No, and I mean, think about it though, right? If it's nice and rendered down and your slices is money, and you got enough in the point to give a nice slice, I just never tried it.
Well, I'm the type of guy that'll go to a barbecue restaurant and say, give me the fatty end, because I prefer that end anyway. I feel like it has better flavor and better pop.
I love that. Hey, all right. So I was at Dave, what's it called? Famous Dave's, right?
Okay, in Vegas.
I was at Famous Dave's doing a world food champ competition. And I had to give my presentation, and I said fatty, right? just like you
Yeah.
just said with the brisket. I was talking about pastrami at the time. And Famous Dave told me, he says, as a restaurant owner, I'm going to tell you something. He forgets he met me like 85 times already, but we'll give it to him because he's,
Yep.
up in age. But he said, hey, Phil, I'm going to give you a little word of advice. With being a restaurant owner, you don't want to say the words fatty. You want to say the word moist. And you know what I told him? I was like, I don't think you can say moist anymore either, bro. I was like, that word is gone.
Moist is a bad word now, Dave. You get yourself in trouble. Yeah, it's true though, man. It kind of goes along this line. Phil, what you used to call flip flops back in the 80s and 90s? What were they called?
Like chocolates?
Yeah. Like we used to call flip flops thongs.
Oh yeah, thongs. Yeah,
thongs.
Thongs.
Now you can't say that shit. Yeah, now they gotta call them by flip flops.
I gotta call my flip flops.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
But Phil, I know you're out busy. I know you're out running errands. You took time to, just say what's up for a few minutes. We really appreciate that to keep the show moving forward. I want to get you on the show again here shortly. I'll have Crystal reach out to you and book you a date. But I also want to fill in the gap on what happened to Don't Drop the Tongs podcast, what happened with Barrel, what happened with Kyle. I want to hear the full story. So I'm going to ask both of you guys that question. You guys better align, I swear.
Okay. All right. Here's what happened.
All right.
Kyle started getting busy. This is my side of the story, and then I'll give you what was text to me later. But Kyle was getting busy to start opening up the restaurant, and he was all the way in Florence, right? So that was an hour and a half, and then we started Zooming in together, and then Barrel was at the radio station, and he actually left and got another position somewhere else. And that was one of our, I feel, Achilles heels, as far as Barrel was also representing a radio station. So we couldn't curse, we couldn't say this, we couldn't say that, and blah, blah, blah. So, and he used to always call me the HR nightmare, right? Because we probably did like about 30 takes of stuff he had to cut out of what I had said because it was inappropriate.
Right.
But yeah, so, and then I was closing the restaurant, and then I was getting back into my construction field as a construction project manager, and Barrel was leaving, and I think that's where we just got dismantled, and everybody just stopped calling each other and saying, hey, we're gonna meet today, and so forth. But here was the funny thing. As you listen to Don't Drop the Tongs, we all were having some kind of issues. Kyle opening the restaurant, me trying to get a call anywhere, right? I couldn't get a call in a high school at a competition at that point. Right. So Barrel reached out to both of us in the text message and says, maybe Don't Drop the Tongs was bad luck for both of y'all. Kyle finally opened the restaurant. You started getting calls. Maybe it was a good thing.
Oh man, that's funny.
I don't want to think that, but we are trying to work something out to get back. But again, look at Mr. Manicotti today. He couldn't even give you an hour of your time today at 7:00 because he's probably in there trying to stretch brisket.
Right. Yeah, but I think you guys should get that show together and like use maybe a platform like we're using tonight. You know what I mean? Something where you guys can still be remote and do it and record it all.
Yes.
I can talk to you about it on the back end on how simple it really is. You know what I mean?
I would love that. I would love that. And that was part of our other challenge. Barrel was the engineer and producer. And everything.
Right.
Me and Kyle just had to show up.
Well, maybe I'll take Barrel's spot and become part of the show.
Oh,
two
that's
podcasts a week.
hey, say less. Say less.
I think I can hang with you. I can talk a good amount of shit as well.
Oh,
I ain't scared of drama either.
Yeah,
I stirred up enough internet drama myself, so we'll be all right.
Cool.
But yeah, man,
cool.
thanks for swinging by and stopping by. Like I said, I want to give you your full hour. We'll get Crystal, have you booked, and then we'll give you a full hour, and we'll really catch up with you and just break down on what it really takes to become a world champion sandwich maker, and and
look. The best time too would probably be after I come back from Bentonville in March. You know what I mean?
That'd be awesome.
I could give you the inside scoop on how everything went down, or how I closed down Sam's Club.
Yeah. I want to hear all that. Let's plan on that, man. We'll get you booked. All right. That sounds fantastic.
All right, bro.
All righty, man. Hey, do you want to let everybody know where to go give you a little plug, just to be able to follow you or ask you any questions?
Yes. Yo, you can reach me on all social media platforms. Phil the Grill 1. I can't do Phil the Grill because there's a little Filipino kid that won't give up. Phil the Grill. So Phil the Grill #1 at the end on all platforms. And yes, definitely go get the rub. I got the 3 rubs, Rub Me All Over. It's now a series. It's not just one rub. So I have Rub Me All Over, OG, Triple OG. I have the apple cherry, and then I got the butter blackout, which is garlic Worcestershire, great for SCA comps.
Perfect, son. So yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you again.
All right, Brody.
All right. Peace.